So in this video, you're going to learn background information for the moles unit. So what is a mole? A mole is an International Standard Unit or SI unit of measurement used to describe the amount of a substance. So what does this really mean in the real world? So using the term mole is like counting by groups. So examples include a dozen of eggs, which you know is automatically as 12 eggs, a rim of paper, which is automatically known as 500 sheets, or a gross of pencils, which is always going to be equivalent to 144 pencils. So what is the value of a mole? So the value of a mole is represented by Avogadro's number, which is equivalent to 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd power. So typically this is going to be the unit of representative particles, but there are other terms that you can use instead of representative particles, and that can include atoms, and we know that atoms make up elements. So I can have 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd amount of iron atoms, argon atoms, or calcium atoms. I can also have molecules, which remember are produced by covalent bonds. So here the examples are your diatomic molecules. So 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd, hydrogen molecules, nitrogen molecules, oxygen molecules, fluorine molecules, chlorine molecules, bromine molecules, or iodine molecules. Then we have formula units, which are produced by an ionic bond. So we have here KBr, which is potassium bromide, NaCl, sodium chloride, or Mg3PO42, which is magnesium phosphate. So all of these may have the unit of formula units. So just to explain or give you the visual of what I'm talking about, if you look for A through D, it all is the value of a mole or Avogadro's number, but the ending part or the unit is different for each. So what? Why do we care? So 1 mole of any substance is used as the basis for a conversion factor. So you're going to convert from moles to representative particles, or mass, which we know is used to measure grams. And in the moles unit, you'll hear the term molar mass. And then you have volume of a gas at STP specifically. And then we're going to always use our secret weapon, which is the mole roadmap, when we do conversions in this unit. And your roadmap is going to look like this. Everybody will get their own copy. So if you look in the very center, we have the term mole, because remember, everything's going to be equivalent to 1 mole. So on the top side, we have volume of a gas at STP. And if you look, if you're going to the volume of a gas at STP from a mole, then 22.4 liters is going to be your numerator, and your denominator is going to be 1 mole. Or vice versa, if you're going from a volume of gas at STP to 1 mole, then you're going to have 1 mole at the top, and then you're going to have 22.4 liters is going to be the denominator. So if you look at the bottom left, if we're talking about mass, which is measuring grams, then if we're going from 1 mole to mass, then we're going to have the molar mass up top. And remember, that's just the total amount of mass in the element or compound. And that's going to be divided by 1 mole. And then if we're going from the mass or the molar mass to the mole, then 1 mole is going to be the numerator and molar mass is going to be the denominator. And if you look at the right corner, we have representative particles. And in parentheses, you know, it says atoms, molecules, or formula units, because all apply. So if you're going to go from representative particles to 1 mole, then 1 mole is going to be at the top, 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd particles at the bottom. And this will be fixed on your roadmap, but it'll say 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd particles divided by 1 mole instead of 6.02 times 10 to the, instead of 6.02 times 10 to 6.02 times 10, 23, which is a typo, so yours will be fixed. So roadmap, remember, is the secret weapon. So vocabulary terms for this unit are found, as always, on Quizlet. Search under moles unit and Sci_Sheely. So the terms for the unit are going to be mole, Avogadro's number, representative particles, formula unit, molar mass, STP, Avogadro's hypothesis. And those will be the first words focused on the quiz. And then after that, which will also come in a separate video, will be percent composition, empirical formula, and molecular formula. So make sure you study your vocab words, which will help give you a better understanding of how to actually solve these problems.